Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zikri bin Muhammad Zani. My contact number is AA190059. Okay, I will explain for the problem statement 1. Okay, for problem statement 1, a single acting cylinder will extend when push button is pressed. A lamp will on when the cylinder has fully extended, detected by the limit switch. After 4 seconds, the piston will retract and hit initial position and the lamp will switch off. Okay, this is a little diagram for the problem statement 1. When we push the push button, the relay coil R1 will energize, and when it energizes, the port 2 and 3, which is open contact, will be closed and it will energize the solenoid Z1. Okay, the air pressure will flow to the port 2 until it reach the single acting cylinder, and the piston will extend until 1v1. Okay, when that happen, the on delay and 1v1 switch will on and lamp will on, and the on delay timer is set for the 4 second. After 4 second, the the piston will back to the original position. Okay, so that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hafizi bin Khairul Nazir. My metric number is AA190427. And now I want to present about the problem statement 2. As you can see on my screen, I have constructed the ladder diagram for the problem statement 2. Okay. When I press the push button, the voltage will flow to the R1 relay. So the R1 mix switch will get the voltage. Okay, when the voltage can flow through it will flow to the B1 switch and to the Z1 valve solenoid. When the Z1 valve solenoid get the voltage, the Z1 over here will push the valve to the right. Okay, when the valve is pushed by Z1, the the piston over here will push. Okay, will move to the right. When the 1B1 detect the rod, okay, the 1B1 switch here will close and let the voltage flow. The voltage will flow to the S1 relay. When the S1 relay get the voltage, so this S1 mix switch will get the voltage too. So the voltage can flow to VA relay here and to the indicator light. Okay, this indicator light is act as the valve. Okay, when the indicator light is light up, so it means that the valve is open. Okay, this is the switch on delay timer. So the valve will open about 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, the valve open. This VA switch will close, and then the voltage will flow to the R2 relay. When the R2 relay get the voltage, this R2 mix switch will get the voltage, and then the voltage will flow to the Z4. When this Z4 get the voltage, the Z4 over here will push the valve to the left. So there is no air in the cylinder, so the rod will move, the piston will move to the right, because there is spring will push the piston to the right. Okay, when the 1B2 detect the rod, so this 1B2 makes limit switch will close, and then the voltage will flow to the delay on timer and the indicator light. This indicator light is act as solenoid. So when the when the indicator light is light up, it means that the solenoid is energized. So the solenoid will energize for 3 seconds. Okay. After 3 seconds, this S2 switch will close, and then the voltage will flow to the Z3 and Z2 valve solenoid. When the Z3 and Z2 valve solenoid get the voltage, the Z3 over here will push the valve to the right, and the Z2 over here will push the valve to the left. This process is repeated until I press the stop button. So I already run the simulation, so I will show it to you how it functions. The spring is push the piston. Okay. So the switch will close. We leave for 3 seconds. Okay. We push back. Okay. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izam Anwar Binza. My number meter is AA190476. So for today, I will talk about problem statement 3. So for problem statement 3, we will have 3 piston, 2 in the retract position and 1 in the extended position. So first we will start button is pressed, cylinder B retract. Sensor B detect full retraction for cylinder B. After 3 seconds, cylinder A extend. Sensor A detect maximum extension for cylinder A or system reset. When sensor C detect maximum extension for cylinder C, the system will reset when the emergency button is pressed at any time during the operation. So as we see from our circuit, we have 3 circuits. For cylinder A, we will have sensor A on the extended position. We will have for the cylinder B, we'll have sensor B on the retract position, and for cylinder C, we'll have the sensor C on the extended position. So we'll push after we'll push the push button. After we push the push button, it will activate relay T. Relay T will activate this normally open switch. And because of that, after we release the push button 1, it will still activate. And it will also activate relay 1. Relay 1 will activate this normally open switch, and it will activate this solenoid B, valve B. And solenoid valve B will activate and make the piston retract. When the piston retract, sensor B will be activated. When sensor B activate, it will close the normally open switch, and this normally open switch will on this switch on delay relay for 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, it will activate this R4, and this R4 will activate valve A solenoid. So when valve A solenoid activate, air flow through, and it will extend the piston, and sensor A will be activated. So when sensor A is on, it will activate this sensor A linked normally open switch, and it will activate the relay which switch on delay that been set for 4 seconds. And this on delay relay is be linked to this R6 normally open switch, and that will activate the valve C. And as you can see, after valve C is After valve C is being activated, it will push the piston in a standard position and it will activate sensor C. And because sensor C is connected to normally closed switch, it will open the switch and make the first round deactivate. So because of first round deactivated, all round in the below will also be deactivated. And for the emergency button, we'll have the button as emergency button. As you can see, after we push the button, all the system will off. So even if the system has been activated to 2 stage, it's still off all. This is the emergency button. Thank you very much.
Okay. For the problem statement fee, four, it figure Q4 show the PLC used to start and stop motor segmenting cover bell. The object is passed from the cover of the bell proximity the sensor located to each conveyance segment. Are used to locate the position of the object. Assume there are only one object per cycle. Okay. The process sequence as per follow. Okay, number one, when the start button is pressed, motor 3 turn on. Motor 3 is always on unless the stop button is pressed. The sensor 3 detect the object. Motor 2 turn on. Number 3, sensor 2 detect the object. Motor 1 turn on. Number 4, after 2 seconds, motor 2 turn off. And number 5, the sensor 1 detect the object after 2 seconds and motor 1 turn off. Okay. Okay. When the start button is pressed, the motor 3 will turn on and it will not stop until the stop button is pressed. Okay. The R2 contact will feel will energize, and when the R2 contact will close and the M3 will respond to the S3 to close and the motor 2 will run. Okay. And the R3 will full energize the R3 contact will be closed and the M2 will respond to the S2 to run the motor 1. Okay. The T1 will allow the motor 2 to run for the 2 seconds and the T2 allow the motor 1 run for the 2 seconds. This one function is to repeat the process and it will stop when the stop button is pressed. Okay, okay, that's all from me. Thank you.